The objective for today is I can solve subtraction problems without regrouping using branching. So remember, branching is similar to when we draw our base 10 blocks because we still do it in our hundreds, tens, and ones chart. But now instead of drawing the base 10 blocks, instead we use the numbers like when they're in an expanded form. So today we're going to practice that. And we're still going to follow the same steps. So we're still going to start by building the minuend. Then we will take away the subtrahend. We'll start in our ones, then our tens, and then our hundreds. And then you will be left with the difference. So just like yesterday, you're going to watch me do one, and then you're going to do two more with me. So let's start with 163 minus 40. Our first step is to build our minuend. Which number is my minuend? Would it be 163 or would it be 40? It would be 163. So we're going to start by building that. So if I look at 163, how many hundreds do I have? I have 100. So I'm going to put that in my hundreds place. How many tens do I have? I have 6 tens, which equals 60. So I'm going to put that in my tens place. How many ones do I have? I have 3 ones. So that is going to go in my ones place. Now my step 2 is to take away my subtrahend. And my subtrahend in this problem is 40. Remember, we always start in our ones. So thinking about 40, how many ones does it have? Well, it has 0. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up as a subtraction problem. So it's going to be 3 minus 0. So what is 3 minus 0? 3. Now let's move on to my tens. How many tens do I have in this number? I have 4 tens. So again, I'm going to set it up as a subtraction problem, 60 minus 40. So what I can do is I can count by tens in my head. I'll start at 40 and count up to 60. 40, 50, 60. So how many tens did I count up? I counted up 2 tens, and 2 tens equals 20. So my difference would be 20. You can also think about this as 6 minus 4, which you know is 2, but it's actually 6 tens minus 4 tens, so it equals 2 tens. All right, looking back up at my minuend, do I have any hundreds to take away? I don't. So again, it's going to be minus 0. 100 minus 0 equals 100. So here's my answer in expanded form. So what would this be in standard form? 123. All right, grab your paper. This one you're doing with me, so draw your hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Now that you have your hundreds, tens, and ones chart, let's start by building our minuend. So our minuend this time is 288. So think about this number in expanded form. You're going to pull the hundreds down here, your tens down here, and your ones down here. So let's put 200 in the hundreds, 80 in the tens, and 8 in the ones. Now let's take away our subtrahend. Point to the number that is our subtrahend. It is 265. So let's go ahead and start building that so we can take it away. So let's start in our ones like always. How many ones are in our number 265? There are 5 ones. So we're going to put that in our ones column. And then let's turn it into a subtraction problem. So we have 8 minus 5. What is 8 minus 5? 3. Now let's look to our tens. How many tens do we have? We have 6 tens. That equals 60. So let's turn that into our subtraction problem. And remember, we can think about this as 8 minus 6 because it's 8 tens minus 6 tens. So 8 minus 6 would be 2, but it's 2 tens, so it's going to equal 20. Don't forget to be writing this with me. And now last, let's take away our hundreds. How many hundreds do we have to take away? 2 hundreds. So let's make it a subtraction problem. 200 minus 200 equals 0. So here's our difference in expanded form. So what is our difference? It is 23. Okay, one more that you're going to do. Draw another hundreds, tens, and ones chart. And then when you are ready, pause the video and see how far you can get in these steps all by yourself. See if you can do the whole thing and then come back to check your answer. If you get stuck, play the video and I'll help you through solving this problem. So your first step is to build 583. 583. Now we're going to subtract 153. So let's start in our ones. Let's subtract 3 ones. 3 minus 3 equals 0. Now let's subtract our tens. We have 5 tens, which equals 50. So we have 80 minus 50. Remember, think 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 equals 3. It's 3 tens, so it's going to be 30. And finally, let's take away our hundreds. How many hundreds are we going to take away? We're going to take away 100. 500 minus 100. You can think 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4, so it's going to be 400. So here is our expanded form. The standard form would be 430. So 583 minus 153 equals 430. Excellent work. Now it is your turn to do some independent practice. This worksheet looks really similar to yesterday, but today, instead of drawing the base 10 blocks, you are going to solve it using branching. So you are going to put those numbers in our HTO charts and you're going to set up those subtraction problems so that you can get all of your answers. Don't forget to turn it in.